So Kiip is a rewards network for smartphones where we take moments of achievement, as we call them, that already exist in apps and games that people use. So imagine you leveled up in a game, or you finished a to-do, or you logged a run. And in that moment, we actually reward you serendipitously from brands that you love. So the idea was to take people and their existing patterns of behavior and actually link it to some type of a tangible element of reciprocity to help people feel appreciated, but at the same time, building a relationship with the brand in a very highly engaged way.
So I've always actually wanted to ask you this. For those people, marketers, who would say that trying to gamify any experience and put them at the center cheapens their brand, disabuse them of that notion.
Yeah. I think what they've been basing that sort of perception on, I can understand. You know, gaming and the achievement element feels like you're being dangled with carrots and sticks, and it's very Pavlovian in many ways, right? And I think one of the things that we did to essentially become bulletproof against that was this notion of serendipity, right? And so we wanted the reward to be organic, to be natural. So when we find people in those moments, they're not expecting the reward, they're not aiming for it, they're not gunning for something. It's, I'm just being who I am. So by being delighted in something that's unexpected naturally is actually very human and allows you to actually engage with the brand in a genuine way. So I think that level of authenticity in their engagement and what they care about because they didn't expect it is what makes the premium nature of what we're trying to create really shine through.
Is there sort of an empowerment to that? So is there a part of your story which is that brands are empowering users and therefore creating some value or benefit for them?
It is. I think when you look at the mission statements of most consumer-facing brands, they have something in there that says, you know, we're trying to improve a consumer's life in some way. And so your products are supposed to do that, and yet your advertising sometimes don't, right? So how could we make that do that? And that's what Kiip enables. And you're empowering the consumer by adding value to moments throughout their day. That's actually our mission statement. Our mission statement is to own moments throughout people's days on their phones and actually add value there. Mm-hmm. So I feel so proud of the fact that in many ways we're helping, you know, we're in fitness apps, we're in education apps. We're actually helping people become healthier, and we're helping people learn faster and enjoy learning even more. So these are very real outcomes that a brand can be a part of. And that's really what's so tangible about it, and I think that's why brands love it so much.
So another misnomer that seems to be out there is about audiences that play games or use apps, about their age, the demos, etc. Can you give us a little bit of a sense of who is the audience that marketers can reach when working with Kiip?
Yeah, so it's everybody, right? And I'll give you tangible examples. And so you'll have games, of course, that have people think that they're teens playing it, for example, but we actually know the data ourselves. We actually survey people. We actually ask them who they are. And we learn that there's a wide swath of folks that do play, and that just because you are a businessman doesn't mean that you don't play a game at the airport when your flight is delayed, let's say, right? So
or getting kicked off the plane
because you're like, yeah, exactly. Now not anymore. Thank you, Alec Baldwin. But then you also have you know, other verticals of apps that are now being increasingly used by people who are fitness hunks, and not only just that, but actually casual fitness. So people just wanting to know how active and healthy they are. There's casual health apps out there that are being adopted by millions of people. So I encourage occasionally for folks just to go and see for themselves, to go into the App Store and be surprised by these things. You have so many examples. Like, I know this sounds like a crazy example, but one of the most popular utility apps in the App Store right now is actually a period tracker. And obviously it's very relevant for your mindshare client like Kimberly Clark, right? So you've got, sometimes people don't even expect those connections to occur, but then you see that and you learn so much about the app ecosystem, and it's very much reflective of people living their lives. That's what we try to tell the folks we work with, is that you're using your phone in moments of need throughout your entire day. You're not going to play a game every minute of every day. You're going to use different types of apps, whether it be in the morning in your commute to work, or you're finishing your to-do at work, or you're working out in the afternoon in the gym, and by the way, all those activities are accompanied with app usage. So that's what we want to try to highlight.